So Dune Part 2 is a sequel to, well, Dune Part 1, and like Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2 is once again directed by Denis Villeneuve. In the film, we follow Paul Atreides, who was once again portrayed by Timothée Chalamet, who unites with Chani, portrayed by Zendaya and the Freeman, as he seeks revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Dune Part 2.
Excellent!
I absolutely loved Dune Part 1. Dune Part 1 was a theatrical experience that literally shook me to the core, and as I left, I was just like, holy crap, I cannot believe I got to experience that movie on the big screen. And by the way, 3 times on IMAX screen. This movie was in my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2024. I mean, I've been looking forward to this film really ever since the ending of the first part, and just hearing all of the buzz about this movie has only made me that much more excited. And plus, I mean, if you guys know this already, I'm a big Denis Villeneuve fan. I went into this movie trying not to have seen any footage. I think I saw one trailer, and that is it. I went into this film as blind as possible. Oh my God! When I was at my screening for this movie, I was sitting next to my good buddy Real James. Y'all may know him. He's awesome guy, love him to death, brother. I love you, so I want to let you know that. As soon as this movie ended, we literally turned to each other, and we just did this.
Oh my God.
Maybe not exactly that specific thing, but essentially that was our reaction. I mean, the two of us looked at each other going like, bro! This movie was not only such a phenomenal piece of filmmaking, but as a theatrical experience, I can tell you guys right now, it is one that I'm not going to forget anytime soon. Every single person in their roles gives their A game, whether it's Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Javier Bardem, not to mention as well the newcomers in this movie, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, also Christopher Walken, I mean Dave Bautista, Josh Brolin. Everybody in this movie does such a great job. Timothée Chalamet once again shows why he is an absolute star, and something in particular that I absolutely loved about his story was the love story that he shares with Zendaya in this movie. Not only did I root for them, and not only did I love their chemistry together, they had such a great relationship with this movie, and I was only hoping for the best of them. Zendaya absolutely crushes in this movie, and I loved what she brought to the character of Chani. Like in my review of Dune Part 1, I have still not read the book for Dune, so I couldn't personally tell you if they absolutely nailed the characters down like 1-to-1, but for my personal opinion, for someone who has not read the book, I thought that Zendaya did an absolutely incredible job with her character. I also loved Rebecca Ferguson's storyline in this movie, and where she went to, I mean, there is such a badass scene with her, to which, of course, by the way, I should have said this earlier, no spoilers, by the way. Rebecca Ferguson has one incredible scene that would make me go like, I love you. Javier Bardem, I absolutely loved his character, and one thing in particular I absolutely loved about this character is how his character was very religion-based in this movie. Josh Brolin, I thought was such a badass in this movie, and he is one of my favorite bits of the movie where he's talking to Javier Bardem. I mean, this bit really made me giggle, and there is a particular set piece with him. Oh my God, was my jaw dropped. Florence Pugh doesn't have a lot of screen time in this movie, but her screen time is very impactful in this movie, along with Christopher Walken. The scene stealer of the entire film is Austin Butler. Oh my God, is Austin Butler terrific in this film. He portrays a character that, to say the least, is ruthless, brutal, and full of so much just hatred. There is not a single negative I can say. Everybody absolutely killed it. You guys will all know how much of a big Denis Villeneuve fan I am. Denis Villeneuve, to me, is one of the greatest living filmmakers working today, and I truly believe that he will go down as one of the best directors of all time. And Dune Part 2 continues to solidify why this man is such a great, not only storyteller, but how he's able to paint such a big, beautiful picture that at the same time, that while it has this massive skill to it, at the same time, at its core, it does not lose its heart, the thematic depth, the complexity of the Dune novel, which I have only heard is such a complex novel. But seriously, guys, there are so many scenes in this movie, one in particular, that I don't know how in the hell they pulled it off, but watching a particular scene in Dolby, by the way, literally had my jaw dropped and the goosebumps would not stop coming. The screenplay for this movie is so brilliant and so, honestly, in a way, thought-provoking in a certain way. The way they introduce religion into the whole mix, along with the political aspect, the government aspect, once again describing this movie as Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. Does Dune Part 2 feel like Denis Villeneuve's Star Wars? Yes, but at the same time, Dune Part 2 felt more Game of Thrones than more than anything else, which isn't a bad thing because I fucking love Game of Thrones. Let's talk about the cinematography for Dune Part 2. Best way I can describe it is to say 3 words. Holy fucking shit. The cinematography for Dune Part 2 is absolutely incredible. By the way, Greg Fraser, amazing work in this film. There are so many shots in this movie where I was just like, I want to make that my wallpaper, I want to make that my wallpaper, I want to make that one my wallpaper. Something that I absolutely about Dune Part 1, and it's continued once again in Dune Part 2, but the cinematography only adds to it, and that's the feeling of tangibility. Everything felt like it was just there, and you felt like you were there. The way how he uses reds, browns, and even yellows. The action of this movie. Dune Part 2's action, I mean, it's incredible, it's epic, it's awe-inspiring, but it's just, wow. There are so many action sequences that I'm still thinking about right now. In particular, there are 3 that I'm thinking about that when I was watching them once again in that Dolby theater, that just blew me away. Hans Zimmer score in this movie is just a chef's kiss on top of what is just this epic science fiction movie. It's so good.
Well, that's just fucking great!
If I had to really think about it, there was maybe 1 or 2 parts the pacing was a smidge wonky, but that's it.
And here we go.
So overall, Dune Part 2 was remarkable. Admittedly, I am still processing this movie, but wow, what a phenomenal piece of filmmaking. What Denis Villeneuve and everybody involved here has accomplished with this movie is nothing short of spectacular. I absolutely loved Dune Part 2. It's one of my favorite films of the year, and as y'all can imagine, I am absolutely going to give Dune Part 2 a 5 out of 5. It was a theatrical experience, and it was a movie that I'm not going to forget anytime soon. It's a movie that I want to see again as soon as humanly possible. What an incredible film, guys. So comment down below and let me know. Are you guys excited for Dune Part 2? Or are you not looking forward to Dune Part 2? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Dune Part 2. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click it right there or right there. And then, of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.